So Indian national movement means pertaining to India as a nation, and movement means the struggle and the social uprising among the masses. So the teacher who is teaching, she told me that she has covered up till Subhash Chandra Bose, and I have to start from chief objectives of the forward block. Anyone of you can explain me what is a forward block? You all have studied this chapter earlier.
After resigning he introduced this forward.
Yes. Subhash Chandra Bose, the ideas of Subhash Chandra Bose and Gandhi ji were conflicting, and in this way he left the Indian National Congress and he formed his own bloc, that is called as forward bloc. So what were the chief objectives of forward bloc? Its objectives were to organize all the progressive and radical elements in the Congress under one head. So why was he leaving? What was the reason to leave Congress? Because the supporters of Gandhi were more than his. So that's why he wanted to have a party, he wanted to have a bloc that supports him, that needs a more that has a strength in numbers. So what he's saying, what the point is saying, to organize all the progressive and radical elements. Radical element means the root causes in the Congress under one head. So Gandhi was ruling, means he was the head of the entire his fan following, and what he wants to have in his perspective, he wants to have control over the entire one bloc. Point 2, to vehemently oppose the British government. See, what was the main conflicting ideas between Gandhi and Subhash? What was the main aspect? Yes, very good. The Subhash Chandra Bose was more violent, more aggressive, and Gandhi was more into non-violence and ahimsa, and he was peacefully trying to oppose the government, the British government peacefully. So in this way, he wants to do what? Vehemently oppose, forcefully oppose the British government. Point 3, to struggle for immediate liberation of the country. He wants independence ASAP, as soon as possible. He wants the independence, the liberation. Point 4, establishing a socialistic society after achieving the independence. Can anyone tell me the difference between a socialist and a communist society or capitalist? Difference between capitalist and a socialist society. Social. What do you know about social?
Capitalism they run behind money.
Yes.
Socialist that is for the people.
Socialist. Capitalist, the main concern of the capitalist is that whatever the production or activities pertaining to production of raw materials or good is being done, that is owned by the one person. The one person, that is, he is holding the capital. In opposite to the capitalist is socialist. When the production of goods in a society is handled by the government, nobody should have the access to have control over the entire wealth. Like today we have private companies, so there is one person holding everything. And what is the opposite of capitalist? It is socialist. So all the production relating activities will be governed and owned, managed by the government. And see, how did it achieve? Like earlier, the points were about objectives. Did they really achieve their objective or not? Let's see. Yes, it succeeded in organizing all the progressive and radical elements in Congress under one head. So Subhash Chandra Bose was somehow successful in establishing his objectives. Second, he vehemently opposed the British government and made it feel that its days were numbered. Its days were numbered? Yes, very less time, period of time is left for Britishers to be in India. It took all possible steps for the immediate liberation of the country. He wants independence Very soon, anyhow, and very soon they want independence. Fourth, it did all for the establishment of a socialist society in India under the leadership of himself, Subhash Chandra Bose. He wanted to be the leader of the socialist society. So these were the achievements. See, we learn better when we revise something. So I would like you to summarize. One of you can summarize what I taught in this chunk, in this small like bit of topic. I discussed what? Objectives of not socialist, forward bloc and its achievements. So who will tell me the four objectives and achievements? Yes, the girl in the second row. What is your name? Aksa. You can try. Sorry? Okay, under one. Done himself. Okay, next point. You vehemently want to criticize whom? Britishers. Good, she has told 2 points. Anyone from boys? Yes, you. She told what? She told that he wants to organize the progressive elements under one head, and she also told that they vehemently will oppose against the Britishers. Point third. What do you want as soon as possible? Freedom, liberation. He wanted liberation. And last, socialist society. He wants to establish a socialist society. And all these objectives were achieved. Now, Subhash Chandra Bose and socialism. In 1930s saw the rapid growth of socialist ideas within the outside Congress. So that is not only being limited to Congress. Outside the arena of Congress, it was spreading. Socialist ideas were spreading across. It was much due to the Great Economic Depression of 1929. What is Great Economic Depression? Yes, economic crisis. And what happens? What do you mean by economic crisis? What are the factors leading to Great Economic Depression? War. Yes, war can be the reason. Unemployment. Very good. Unemployment, poverty, agricultural fail. So all these lead to the economic crisis, and prices go very low. Opposite of depression is what? Inflation. You're not studying economics. Economics is not a subject. Okay, so in inflation there is a general price rise. We can relate it after the pandemic. The essential products like edible oil, the prices of edible oil, petrol has been increasing. So this is inflation. It was much due to the Great Economic Depression of 1921. Stop talking. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose played the most important part in popularizing the vision of socialist India. So who supported Subhash Chandra Bose? Nehru was somehow supporting him and Gandhi was against him. Especially when he was elected the president of the Congress in 1938 and 39. He did a lot in this direction. He suggested different measures to establish a socialist society. So he not only does not only have the objective of establishing a society, he has a plan. He has thought about it in a planned way. So what are his strategies? He suggested that the abolition of zamindari and the exploitation of the peasants. Peasants are small laborers, the petty laborers who work on the field of the zamindar. So he said that stop exploiting them. He urged the government to reduce the land revenue and make proper arrangement of rural loans. So in this way, depression will suffering, and they are the ones because of whom the depression, the rise of the rate of depression rises up. People were not having employment and people were earning very less, and even though they have to give what? Land revenue, they have to pay taxes. So he says that revenue should be reduced. Third point, he took a great part in foundation of All India Trade Union Congress along with Nehru to press the government of recognizing the demands of the worker. So he made a sort of a committee to support whom? To support the poor workers. In this way he handled and to form the socialist society. So all these three attempts by him are more of a social. They are not for individual level. They are at social level. So they are working on social level. Formation of the Indian National Army and its main objective. Now we take Indian National Army. Indian National Army was formed by Subhash Chandra Bose. The Second World War broke out somewhere in 1939. Because of his national zeal and revolutionary ideas, the British government interned Subhash in his house at Calcutta in January 1941. Interned means he was home prisoned. He was not allowed to come out of the house, because if he will come out, he will enthuse the people. He will enthuse the people who are supporting him to go against the government, the British government. So what he did? He escaped from India in March 1941 and went to Russia for help. Russia is where? Yes. But when Russia joined the Allies, he went to Germany. After Russia, because Russia was not supporting, and then he went to Germany. In February 1943, he left for Japan to organize with the help of the Japanese. So he is running after help. First he went to Russia, then he went to Japan, because Japan was also planning to attack America. The bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which shattered Japan. Then he went to Germany. Sorry? Yes. After that he went to Japan to organize an armed struggle against the English with the help of the Japanese. In Singapore, he organized the Azad Hind Force. If you are having to mark this, Azad Hind Force, the Indian National Army, the other name for Indian National Army is Azad Hind Force, for the freedom of his country. It was held by Ras Bihari Bose, an old revolutionary. So Subhash Chandra also was revolutionary, influenced by someone. Who is he? Ras Bihari Bose. He had already organized the Indian Independence League to attain the complete and immediate independence of India. His main purpose, he was hammering over this fact that we want independence as soon as possible. Very much eager to get independence. Likewise, the Indian National Army had already been formally established in September 1942, with Mohan Singh acting as its first commander-in-chief. After taking the charge of Subhash Chandra became the president of Indian Independence League as well as the supreme commander of Indian National Army. So he is day by day progressing. He is holding various posts. He became the commander of Indian National Army. The INA was joined in large number by the Indians living in Southeast Asia and by the Indian soldiers and officers captured by the Japanese forces in Burma. What is Burma now called? Good. Malaya and Singapore. So Gandhi was having his own supporter, but both supporters were also increasing because he was joined by young soldiers. Youths were joining him who were filled with valor, who were brave, who were charged with, they were very much enthusiastic to get independence. So all the youngs were joining him. He was called Netaji by the soldiers. He gave the call to his soldiers, his famous call. And give me blood, I shall give you independence. And his battle cry was Delhi Chalo. He set up recruitment and training departments as well. So he also was trying to, not trying, he was doing, he was training and recruiting the officers, recruiting the soldiers, because Britishers were very much well equipped with army. What was the main benefit of the Britishers? Because they were well equipped with the weapons. The army was so large, that is why with that army they could colonize the entire world. They were colonizing at that time. Training camps were opened for men and women. Women were also the part of this training. He also founded the provisional government of Free India at Singapore in October 1943. The government was recognized by 9 world powers including Germany, Italy, Japan and Burma. So these were in power and it was being guided by these powerful countries. Thereafter he started his military campaign against the English. So day by day he is doing everything. He is organizing in a way the army, and he is also training the soldiers with the mindset, with the zeal, with the speeches, so that they could be in charge. They are full of zeal, they are full of spark to be against the government. The Japanese handed over the Andaman and Nicobar Islands to Netaji. He named them Shahid and Swaraj Islands respectively. So the name has been again become, at present it has now again been called as Andaman and Nicobar. But what he named them? Shahid and Swaraj. So these are the main information that you should learn. The main ask in MCQs. Thus, he acquired the first stretch of territory in Free India. So, he gradually stretched his territory. Andaman and Nicobar is not in the mainland of India. It is a group of islands. So, he is stretching his territory. He is moving to those islands. Now, the objectives of INA. INA full form? Everybody is telling. Okay. INA. The main objectives of INA were to organize an armed rebellion and to attack the British army with modern arms. What do you mean by modern arms?
Guns.
Sorry?
Guns, explosives. Well equipped.
Well equipped, yes, you. Yes, with the machine guns. Latest technologies to be used. Earlier cavalries and infantry wars were like face to face, or on the horse. They are being carried on the horse or elephant. But now with artillery, they are dealing the British army. They are planning to attack the British army. Second, the rebellion to be organized by Indians living in East Asia. So who will guide them? The Indians who are living in East Asia. To set up a provisional government of Free India in order to mobilize the forces effectively. So they want to have people all around the world, like all around India. They want to organize people, they want to mobilize so that everyone is spread over the large area. So what they do, they made temporary, what is called provisional government, temporary government. They made temporary officials and officers so that the territory of their empire goes on increasing to attack the Britishers. Total mobilization of Indian manpower and money for the rebellion. So after spreading his officials, what will happen? The total mobilization would take place with the Indian manpower and money for the rebellion. Money was also a major concern, because when the soldiers are moving to distant land, what will they eat? How will they survive? To be energized. So money is required for that. So these are 4 objectives of the INA. So one by one you will be telling me the objectives. Okay, who will tell? You? Tell one. Yes, to you I am saying. The first objective. Your name? Alima. Alima, tell the first objective.
British government with modern equipment.
Yes, modern arms. Very good. You can also tell the second point.
Temporary officers for training.
Very good, very good. Temporary officials were to be organized to mobilize and terrorize and increase the territory of their empire. The third point. Actually, she told the third point. Who will tell the second point? Yes, you. Be a bit loud. I could not hear you. Anyone could hear him? Boys, even boys could hear him or not? Speak a bit loud, brother. A bit loud. Speak. Yes. Soldier needs money, so to mobilize and to be fed up. So money and what? Total mobilization was required. 1 point is left. Yes. Rebellion to be organized by the Indians who were living in East Asia. Now, the Subhash Brigade was dispatched from Rangoon, now Yangon, towards Prome on the Burmese front in February 1944. What is Subhash Brigade? Sorry, army and troop is army. So brigade is a synonym for troop. This brigade captured these land, Peretua, Dalami and Modoc, and entered the frontiers of India. Later on, the INA captured the strong military post of Klang Klang. So this Klang Klang, I think this is a movement that took place in that region. So he also tried to have the military post in a place. It is a place or somehow a region in which he got a post of military post. The Subhash Brigade gave a tough fight to the British officers in Assam hills and succeeded in capturing. So in this paragraph, we are trying to tell what Subhash did. He captured this land, he held this post, several posts, military posts, and he captured these lands like Assam and Ukral and Kohima. What was the main objective? The main objective of INA was to capture Imphal. Imphal is the capital of Manipur. And where is Manipur? Manipur, Northeast India, like Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, seven sisters. You must have studied about them. So these are the northeastern parts of India. Gandhi and Azad brigades advanced within 2 miles of Imphal, but the Japanese had to withdraw their forces, and earlier Japanese were trying to support him. But what happened? Japanese had to withdraw. They had to withdraw their forces in airplanes from Indo-Burma border because of their entanglement with the Americans in the Pacific Ocean. So they got involved in the Nazism and fascism which was going on at the time. So Japanese wanted to have a war with Americans. So they withdrew. So they did not support Indians. And the other reason, at the same time, the rainy season set in earlier. Means the land where they were living, it was damp, it was not suitable to survive. So these were the two characteristics or the two drawbacks which led to the disillusionment of not achieving the objective of INA. At the same time, these two events turned the tide against the INA, which failed to seize Imphal. So the main objective to capture Imphal was unsuccessful because of these two reasons. The bombardment of Hiroshima and Nagasaki forced Japan to surrender in 1945. So Japan had to surrender to America. By the time before Americans, who were the most powerful in the entire world? Britishers were powerful because of the modern arms and modern artillery techniques which they adopted. Americans became the most powerful, and so they continued being powerful till today. China is also increasing and becoming powerful. These fighters of the Indian freedom were also overpowered by the Indian freedom. These fighters of the Indian freedom were also overpowered by the British Army. The British Army were also supporting. Why? Because they want to control. They want to avoid any foreign attack. They were colonizing the India and various other adjoining countries of near India. So they don't want others to have a charge of their land. In this way, they also supported Indians. It is supposed that Subhash was killed in an aeroplane accident on his way to Tokyo. It is his death is a controversy. They say that he died in a plane crash. Some say that he started hiding somewhere with a different name. So it is a matter of controversy, and even there are some documentaries or movies also made. This is a historic movie, so in which they are talking about the controversial issues relating to death of Subhash Chandra Bose. It is in that movie it is said that he lived as a poet in somewhere in the province of India, and this was in his last days he tried to write whatever he achieved, whatever he did in his entire life. Now, after the war was over, the government decided to prosecute 3 of the INA officers. You can see the image of this INA members. There is also a lady in this picture. So what happened when it was decided to prosecute means to execute 3 of the INA officers who were Sehgal, Dhillon and Shahnawaz for treason. What is treason? Betrayal, being untruthful to the country. Even though they did not betray the country, but they were falsely charged of treason because they were rising to power. It gave rise to a wave of anger and protest. So people, the supporters of INA have increased and they were against this arrest. There was huge demonstrations all over the country. What is the synonym for demonstration? Other word for demonstration? You can guess. Sorry? Very good. Protest. Protest. They led to protest in support of INA. The court martial held the accused guilty and they were convicted. So they were not found guilty. But the government had to yield before the public opinion. Though the order was passed to execute them, but due to the large support of the people of the INA, they could not execute the plan. As a result, these officers were set free. They were not executed. Now, the significance and achievement of INA. First, the INA set up inspiring example of patriotism before Indian people. So if this sets an example, if you are patriotic, if you are true to your land, if you are enthusiastic to get freedom, you can achieve whatever you want. So this set up an example that how can like independence be achieved. So it was the struggle of Gandhi who said that it is through non-violence or civil disobedience we can achieve our freedom. His philosophy was like, if somebody is beating you, giving you a slap, you offer him the next cheek. So that how many times he will slap you. At the end he will be depressed, he will be feeling ashamed. So this was the technique adopted by him so that they could make the oppressors ashamed of their torture. Second point, the heroic deeds and the sacrifice of the soldiers of Indian National Army led to political consciousness among the Indian forces. So earlier, Indians were not politicized. They did not know what is going on in the how Britishers are planning. Britishers were very intelligent. They tried to colonize people on the land, but the major concern was there to colonize in the mind. They were colonizing the people, the Indians through mind. They said that you people don't know anything. You are the land of snake charmers. You are always happy for no reason. So we will make you a better person. So they made India inferiorized that you need to be trained and educated by us. So but now the Indian National Army, the supporter of Indian National Army and the officials, they realized, they got awareness about the politicality of the country. Political consciousness was aroused. Point third, the British now realized that they could not rely on the Indian forces to continue the rule in India. At this time, they realized that Indians are not now innocent. They will not be further colonized through mind or through power. So they realized that their days in India is numbered. The INA trial drafted. INA trial means when the order was passed for these officers, these supporters of INA to be executed. So this attracted great attention in India and England. The decision to hold the trial in public in the Red Fort in Delhi created huge excitement. People were excited to see whether this will go on or will be like stopped. Will it be stopped? It became a rallying point for independence movement from autumn 1945. It angered so much so people in so large that they all ignited. It suddenly at the moment, like after this incident, all were enthused to get independence all through the time, like with all zeal. Later on, the release of INA prisoners and suspension of the trial gave great impetus to the campaign for freedom. So they were successful. They realized that through violence, through perseverance, that through continuous effort, they could achieve what they want, and the three officials were saved. Impetus means giving weightage. Okay. Great importance to the campaign for freedom. Point 6. Most of the historians agree that the INA trials and its effect brought a decisive shift in British policy. So this was a major shift taken in the British policy. Otherwise, everything was going in an unplanned way. Though there were revolts, though there were protests, but this made a significant movement, a significant change in the history of Indian independence, Indian struggle. They now began to feel that their days were numbered. They have to leave India. Thus, the Indian National Army played an important role in their final decision to quit India. So, it was though the efforts of Gandhi, but Subhash Chandra Bose also played a vital role in making India free from colonizers, that is Britishers. So, the period gets over at 5 minutes are there. So students, there are almost 20 questions. Your homework is to do, 29 questions are there plus structured essay type questions. You have to come up with the answers. Try to do answers of these questions and we will discuss in the class. Okay, those who have any problem, any doubt, any query, they could consult, we will discuss and you try to do it in the copy. Try to write it, just don't say that I have done, I know the answers, I have marked the answers. Write them and we will discuss it in the next class. Sorry? 1 minute. What are you saying? I could not hear you.